Good morning, children. How are you? In the last session, we have discussed about the first topic in science, nutrition in plants, right? What did I discuss in the previous class? We have discussed about the photosynthesis and how do plants prepare their food by using sunlight. So, already you know the definition of photosynthesis, children. This is the equation of photosynthesis. So, carbon dioxide, CO2 plus H2O in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. So, what is this, children? Can you tell me? This is the glucose. Glucose is a carbohydrate and oxygen gas is liberated, right or not, children? See what is the end product of the photosynthesis? Glucose is the end product of the photosynthesis. So what do we call for the glucose? Carbohydrate. What is the what is the use of carbohydrate? Carbohydrate helps to give energy. Then, so based on the food habits, we are classified into three different types, functions. One is called as energy giving food, body building food, protective food. We have studied in third, fourth standard, right? So we are getting already energy giving food. How do we get energy giving food? By the process of photosynthesis. What about body building food? Which is the body building food? Protein. So proteins are the body building food. Then how do plants get proteins? How do plants get protein? Where do the plants obtain nitrogen? So proteins are the nitrogenous compound, children. So what are proteins? Proteins are the nitrogenous compound. What about carbohydrate? Carbohydrates are made by carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Addition to that, nitrogen will be there in proteins. Okay, then my question is, where do plants obtain nitrogen? Already you know that the components of air you have studied in 5th standard. What are the components of air, children? Can you recall me? So here nitrogen, which is present in the atmosphere, 78%. 21% oxygen, remaining other gases. Very important point, the plants cannot absorb nitrogen directly. Okay, so what is the state of nitrogen? Solid? No, gaseous state. Nitrogen available in nature in gaseous form. The plants cannot absorb nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. Then how does plants can take or derive nitrogen from the atmosphere? Means, see here, observe carefully, children. You know the roots, right, children? The plant's parts, root, this is called as a tap root system. So we have a root, primary root, okay, mother root, primary root, these are called as secondary roots. They have root hairs. What is that, children? Root hairs. I'm writing the tap root system, right? Fibrous root and tap root system. See, very important point to be noticed. At the root hairs, we can find root nodules. What is this, children? What do we call for this, ma? They are called as root nodules. They contain bacteria. What is the bacteria which is present in the root hair or roots? Means rhizobium. Very important, children. Rhizobium bacteria which are present in the pulses plant. Pulses plant ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಬೇಳೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಡಲೆಕಾಯಿ ಬೀಜದ ಗಿಡ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಕಡಲೆ ಗಿಡ. ಸೊ ಇದೇನಾಗುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, so it contain rhizobium bacteria. Name the bacteria which is present in the dicot plants or pulses plant andre, so rhizobium bacteria. So this bacteria helps to absorbs nitrogen from the atmosphere. I hope understand, children. So once again I say, nitrogen present in the atmosphere because of the presence of rhizobium bacteria which are present in the pulses plant. They absorb directly and they will convert nitrogen into, this is insoluble in nature, children. When it absorbs, it converted into soluble form. Then this soluble form of nitrous compounds helps to synthesis of proteins. How does carbohydrate is prepared, you know, children? So by the sunlight, by this photosynthesis process. How do protein synthesis? Protein is synthesized with the help of the rhizobium bacteria which are present in the root nodules, so that the proteins are prepared, children. In this way, nitrogen rhizobium plays an important role in order to absorb the nitrogen. It helps to make the proteins and vitamins. Now we can understand that, children. So plants prepare the food, carbohydrate also, proteins also, vitamins. Next question arises. So synthesis of plant. So synthesis of plant food other than carbohydrate. This is the how does protein is prepared, you understand. Like this, vitamins also prepared. Very important that based on the mode of food habit, the organisms are classified into autotrophs and heterotrophs. Even though, so you are thinking plants are autotrophs, but few plants are not able to prepare their own food. Then what about, ma'am? They are belongs to heterotrophs. Plants are also belongs to heterotrophs, children. Means they are some few plants. Few plants cannot able to prepare their own food. Then what do we call such a type of nutrition, ma'am? Heterotrophic nutrition. So based on that, we are going to classify three types, children. Heterotrophic nutrition consists of three types. One is called as parasitic nutrition, another one is called as saprophytic nutrition, one more is holozoic nutrition. Let us understand one by one. Parasitic nutrition. So what is parasites and nutrition? The nutrition in which living organism get their food from other living organism. So that means which is the living organism, children? Host. What do we call for that? Host. The organism depend on host body. So what is the function of host body? Host body provide food and space. So in your textbook they have given the example Amarbel and Cuscuta. What are the example belongs to parasites, children? Cuscuta and Amarbel. Okay, these are the examples for parasitic nutrition. Even though they don't have chlorophyll, but they can able to get their nutrition from the host body. Such type of organisms are called as heterotrophic nutrition. So the meaning itself says that heterotrophic means they don't have chlorophyll. Even though they don't have chlorophyll, they can get their food from the host body, children. If they have chlorophyll, no doubt they belongs to autotrophs. One more type of nutrition that is called as saprophytic nutrition. I'll change that. Saprophytic nutrition, children. Saprophytic nutrition. The nutrition in which organisms get their food from dead and decaying organism. See, they are unable to prepare their own food, so that they will depend on dead and decaying organism. So dead and decaying organism means ಸತ್ತೋಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಸಸ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳನ್ನ ತಿಂದು ಅವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬದುಕ್ತವೆ. ಇಂಥ ಮೋಡ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಯಾಪ್ರೋಫೈಟಿಕ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಯಾಪ್ರೋಫೈಟಿಕ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಷನ್ ಇನ್ ವಿಚ್ organism derive or get their food from dead and decaying. Very important, dead and decaying organism. How do they get? They break down the food material outside. They will break down the food material outside their body and then they will absorb it. Which are the organism belongs to saprophytic nutrition? Fungi. Which are those, children? Fungi. Fungi mushroom and yeast. These two are belongs to saprophytic nutrition, children, right? Have you heard, children, or seen plants that can eat animals or insect? There are few plants or animals which can trap insect and digest them. Such type of plants are called as insectivorous plants, children. See, this is the picture of insectivorous plant. The picture name is picture plant. Here, this is the lid. Leaves are modified into eating insects, children. Okay, this is the picture plant diagram. Other examples for insectivorous plants are Nepenthes. What is that one, children? Nepenthes. Drosera. We have studied in 7th standard, children. These are the examples belongs to insectivorous plants. Other some organisms live together and share both shelter and nutrients. What does it mean? Certain plants such as some organisms live together. Two organisms living together, they share shelter and what is that one? Nutrients. Few organisms, suppose if the plants do not have chlorophyll, they cannot able to prepare their own food. So that they will provide shelter, water and mineral. Such type of organisms are called, such type of relationship is called as symbiosis, mutual relationship between two organisms. What is symbiosis, children? Mutual relationship between two organisms. So, in that organism, they share their shelter and nutrients. Some organisms, they provide shelter and water, minerals. Another one is called as they provide food. Okay, which is the example for symbiosis. So, this is the picture of lichen, children. Kalluva anta karitare. I will show you. This is called as a lichen. It is an example for, what is that, children? It is an example for symbiosis. Name two organisms present in the lichens. One is called as fungus, another one is called as alga. Fungi, I told you the characteristics. It is an saprophyte. It cannot able to prepare their own food. So that it depends on alga. What is alga? Algas are the green plants. They have chlorophyll. So fungi helps to provide shelter, water and minerals. What about alga? Alga, by using all the water and minerals, it prepares the food. This is the mixture of two organisms, which is an example for symbiosis. Lichen. Lichen is an example for symbiosis. Symbiosis means mutual relationship between two organisms, children. So that's all about the heterotrophic nutrition, children. Once again, I would like to recall in this class. One is heterotrophic nutrition. Heterotrophic nutrition has three different modes. One is called as parasitic modes. Another one is called as saprophytic modes. Next, certain organisms like they eat insects. They trap the insects for nitrogen purpose. And some organisms, they have mutually benefit each other. They are called as symbiosis. Thank you, children.